All right, number one. You're going to see this tomorrow on your test where you're going to have, it says solve each equation, then write the equation in the appropriate box below. You can use your calculator, and you need to figure out which equations, the solution x equals 3, and which equations have the solution x equals 7, and then what is neither. All of these 5 will fit into one of these categories. You will have the same thing on your test tomorrow, but you will have like a drag and drop. Does that make sense? Like a drag and drop. So if we're talking about these, 8x equals 56. Well, if you use your calculator, what does x equal? Not everybody answer at once. Guys, if okay, thank you. Thank you. So if x equals 7, you're going to put 8x equals 56 right here. And I drew a line on mine when I was practicing to separate it because there could be another equation. Does that make sense to you? Okay, that's exactly what you will be doing tomorrow. Then I have x plus 5 3/4 equals 8 3/4. How can I isolate my variable x? Hadley?
Wait, what?
If this is subtraction, what's the inverse operation? I'm sorry. If this is addition, what's the inverse operation?
It's subtraction.
Okay, so what am I going to subtract, Hadley?
You're going to subtract 8 3/4.
Yeah?
Minus 5 3/4.
And you can use your calculator. And what do we get? X equals what? 3. So I'm going to put it in this category. If this was Mastery Connect, you would be dragging it over. Okay. Put a check by that. I know I've used it. Because the only way you can get it correct is to get them all in the right category. X divided by 2 equals 3.5. What would I have to do to isolate my variable x? I have division right now. What would I do?
What?
Gabe? Tell me how to solve x divided by 2 equals 3.5.
X divided by 2 equals 3.5.
Tell me how to solve that.
7 over 2 equals 3.5.
Gabe? Tell me how I would solve that.
Oh, you would multiply 3.5 times 2.
And what would you get?
7.
So x over 2 equals 3.5. Okay? Please stop tapping. Now I have 2 1/4 plus x equals 9 1/8. If I have addition, what do I do to isolate my variable x? Hadley?
You will subtract 9 1/8 and then minus 2 1/4, and you need to change 1/4. Wait.
You don't have, look. Hadley, look what I just did. I'm putting it in my calculator. You can do the same. You can literally, as I said before, I'm recording this lesson. I get 6 7/8. Is that an option? No, so where would that fall under? Neither. If you still have a lollipop stick and it's done, please throw it away. So, where am I at? 2 1/4. Can we stop? That was something else. Now I have my last one, x minus 2.56 equals 0 44 hundredths. What can I do to isolate my variable x? You all know this. Somebody tell me.
Huh?
Gabe.
What you can do you can add 2.56 and 0.34, which gets you 3.
You get 3. So x minus 2.56 equals 0 44 hundredths. Who thinks they could do this tomorrow?
Wait, Collins, could you also do
Well, I have a
do
calculator.
3 plus?
Yes. If you what Cooper's saying, could I just take 3 and apply it to the first equation? If it works, it works. And then go to 7. You could do that as well.
That's a lot easier.
But you have a calculator, which makes it go quickly. Yes, ma'am? Yes, you'll be allowed to use your calculator tomorrow because this is a portion of TCAP that allows that.
Wait, is this the unit 4?
This is topic 4.
Topic 4. Can you read?
This is when you get your stars, yes. So tomorrow, yep. So Ed's,
First period, how long?
Because they're good, because they're always tired when they get in class.
Exactly.
again, I'm recording this lesson, please. Ed's birthday is less than 16 days away. Anna writes the inequality D is less than 15, where D equals the number of days to represent this. Is Ann correct? And what you're going to have is basically writing this correctly. You're going to have like 4 choices to write the inequality. Avery, what do you think?
He's not here.
Emery, I'm sorry. I know she is. She emailed me. Go ahead.
No.
She's wrong. Okay. What should it be? What do you think? D is greater than 16? Oh, greater than 15?
Cooper.
It's okay. It happens. Just put it on the thing next to you. I don't know. What do you think?
I know.
What do you think?
D is less than 16.
Because Ed's birthday, for D, the number of days, it's less than 16 days away. But it will be a multiple choice question. And I don't think this one has an explain part attached to it. You got to just write the inequality. Okay?
Wait, Miss Collins, will you explain this?
Okay. So Ed's birthday is less than 16 days away. So the days,
Oh, now I get it.
yeah. Okay. Look at number 3. Number 3 will be just like you see this now. Of course, it's a different inequality. You need to decide which graph
Do we get to use this in the test?
No.
Miss Collins, you need to burn this. I accidentally
Okay.
dropped
I really need you to stop. Put that down. And again, I am recording this lesson. Which graph represents the solutions of the inequality P is greater than 10? First of all, if I have greater than, just greater than, am I open or closed circle? Open. And if P is greater than 10, which way should my arrow point? To the right. Which letter would be the correct solution where P is greater than 10? Ethan? It would be A.
Will you go up and let me see that other one?
Which one, too? D is
Yeah.
less than
So Ed's birthday, the days, is less than 16 days away. Number 4, you will have this. Please stop tapping. Similar to this on your test tomorrow. It says, choose all of the equations that are true if x equals 9. So you are going to have to solve each equation. And on your test, you will, Max, you will check off or choose all the ones that fit that scenario. So, what are some ones that we could check off here?
first.
So Ethan says 32.54 minus 23.54 is 9. Is he correct? Yes. Is 9, because this would be x, is 9 divided by 27 3? No. Is, if I have multiplication, what do I have to do to solve for x here? Or I could say 9 times what? 3/8? 9 times 3/8. Does that equal 3 3/8? It doesn't.
It does.
It does. What about 8.7 plus 9? Okay. What about 5 times 9? Does that equal 45? Yeah. I cannot remember if you have 2 or 3 correct answers tomorrow. But very similar to this. Number 5 is going to be wordy tomorrow. I'm sorry. It's going to be wordy. Because it says Noah wrote that 6 plus 6 equals 12. Then he wrote that 6 plus 6 minus n is equivalent to 12 minus n. Are his equations balanced?
Yeah.
Hang on a minute. Wait. First of all, if I have 6 plus 6, write this down, equals 12. If I were to simplify this, what is 6 plus 12? 6 plus 6. So I would have 12 equals 12. Remember, an equation is 2 equivalent expressions, okay? The part that balances it is your equal sign, okay? That's kind of in the middle. So, is this equation balanced?
Yes.
It is. So what about this one? 6 plus 6 minus n equals 12 minus n. How can I, and this is kind of like, this is going back where we were combining like terms, but now we're taking that to that next step, and are my equations balanced? How can I simplify this side right here? Gabe.
You can do 12 minus n equals 12 minus
Okay, I need you to tell me how you got 12.
12. So 6 plus 6.
So he said 12, so we combine that. 12 minus n is equal to 12 minus n. Is that balanced?
No. Yes. No, Cooper.
Hey, Gabe. Let's have a moment and kind of, crank that brain juice going, okay? Okay. Gabe, let's pretend that n equals 1. What's 12 minus 1? Come on, I know. Yeah. Is this balanced now? 12 minus n. Is this the exact same thing on both sides of my equation?
Oh, I thought are the equations like this, like the two different equations balanced? Like it. I thought it was like comparing the two and that they're both supposed to be equal.
It's my life every day, Nora. Every day. Nope. So you are going to have choices on your test tomorrow that says something like, yes, because when you add 6 and 6, you get 12 minus n, which equals 12 minus n. It'll be something like that, okay? Gabe. Shh. Okay. Mr. Daniels is organizing a class trip. He wants to spend less than $900. My trip has to be less than, I'm going to put this, less than $900. I'm just going to say my trip. Okay, just kind of putting it out there. The bus rental costs $600. Mr. Daniels will also buy tickets that cost $9.50 per student. Write an inequality to represent the number of students Y that Mr. Daniels can bring on the trip. Hear me out. And I know you guys hated this on your Savvas. What is my constant? Meaning, there's something that is a flat rate period. Jace? Nope. 600. 600. Write this down. $600. Because my buses cost $600. And this is very much like something, guys, that like when we do our incentive trip next week, I'm already told how much the bus is going to cost. I could have 40 kids on that bus. I can have 50 kids in the bus. But will the bus cost change? No. For your trip next weekend or next Friday, the buses cost $280 a piece.
Wait, where are we going?
She can't sell this.
No, I can. It's Titanic. But so this is what I call a constant, okay? Because does that make sense? Like next week, it doesn't matter how many kids are on that bus. I have to pay $280. Does that make sense? That is your constant. However, now we need to add and literally, guys, when you say real problem is this, how do you apply this? This is exactly what I had to do. I have my little notes here when I was calculating the cost of your trip. Okay? So I have $600 for the buses. However, I have to figure out, because remember, what must I stay under? $900. So now I got to figure out $600 plus, and then what do they say? Y for students, and now we got to give that a variable Y. How much will it cost per student? $950. So I'm going to put $950 Y. So all of this has to be under how much money? Does that make sense so far? You will have a question like this tomorrow where you got to be able to identify that constant. What's that flat rate that they're going to give me no matter what, right? And then you're going to have like a cost per something. I'm getting nervous, Terman. I don't know where I put my Post-it note, but I have exactly how much it's costing per little nugget of you guys.
Per little nugget? That's a big dollar.
That is a very big statement.
I'm not. Like, I literally,
Wait, let's go.
I gotta
That's a big statement.
I gotta call back and get the.
McDonald's, Jeffrey, you said per little nugget.
Are you something super?
We live in the same hood.
I'll see you in
Anyways,
That sounded
so
wrong.
now we need to simplify this inequality. Because what are they asking me at the end? What's the question? Hadley?
Wait, what? What's the
What was that, Ethan?
To write an inequality to
So,
represent the number of
How
students.
many students can I bring? So now I have, now guys, when we talked about inequalities, we treat this inequality symbol like an equal symbol, like we're balancing the equation, right? Right, Kylie? Yeah. Okay. So what can I do to start isolating my variable y? What can I get rid of first?
Divide 900.
Yes, sir?
the 600?
I can subtract, please leave my numbers alone. I can subtract my constant, my cost of the bus. Everybody write this down. So now I have $9.50 per student is less than $300. And why did I say less than instead of less than or equal to?
It's supposed to be under 900.
Because it said under. Did it say it could be up to 900? No. Now, what can I do now? Jonathan, what do I do now? To
You divide 300 by 950.
So divide both sides by 950.
It's 31.
Here is my question. I have 31.57. How many students can I actually bring?
31.
Jace? Why 31 and not 32?
Are you going to split a kid in half and take
Well, you know, that is pretty morbid. It's happened. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. So how many students can I bring? So I'm going to say y is less than approximately 31.5. However, y needs to be less than 31 is what I put that approximate to show you guys, especially people that are home like Avery, that we have to round down to know to round, okay? Because our literal answer goes on forever. So you will see a problem like that, but that will be multiple choice. Maybe what?
Are you live streaming?
I'm recording. Yes.
What's up, chat?
No.
No.
I invited Avery to do a Google Meet with us, and she said no, thank you.
Really?
Yeah.
Trader.
All right, look right here. And Avery, if you're watching, you really missed Evan's outfit today, but maybe at the end you may turn around and take a picture, baby bear.
Can be.
Sure.
Not really, Gabe.
No.
All right, the manager of a water park keeps track of the amount of money collected, M. So I would write down, oh my gosh. And the number of tickets sold, T, each day. You can go, but go make your boom boom, you know. Which best describes the variables M and T? First of all, no, they're not. And I'm going to get very upset with you if I can't just finish this. No, there wasn't. It was you guys. Close the door. Thank you. And the next person that decides that they're going to start knocking on tables to make a stop to answer a door, they're going to get a TO. Yes. It's called disruption of learning. Anyways, so we have to decide what best describes variables M and T. First of all, if you're just looking at it yourself, M is the money collected and the number of tickets sold is T. What do you think is the independent variable? What do you think, Anne Marie? Okay, so I agree. I'm going to say T is independent. So M must be the what? Dependent. Raise your hand if you're not sure why we said that. Okay. Always know when you're collecting money payments, money is also always a dependent because you have to sell before you can collect. So the variable M is the independent variable. Wrong. Because right away we saw that, right? No. The variable T is the dependent variable? No. The variable T is the independent variable because it affects the amount of money collected M each day. Yes, I'm going to put a check. Hang on. What about this? The variable M is independent of variable T, and variable T is independent of variable M. Which what they're saying is they don't have any relation. Is that true?
No.
No.
They can't both be.
Yeah. Guys, you will see a question just like this tomorrow. I advise you to do what we did. Decide for yourself what is the independent and dependent first so that you can look for that in the beginning, because the way the questions are worded when you're, bless you, are choosing them tomorrow is just like they are today. Okay? So if you can already identify your independent and dependent, look for that immediately. Don't get caught up in all the wordiness. Look at number 8, a function table. April pays a dog walking service $30 each week to walk her dog. Complete the table to show how many dollars D April spends on dog walking and W weeks. So how much, 1 week, how much money? Okay, so how much is 2 weeks? 60. Now, if we're looking at the relationship, we went up $30 each week, yes? So if I go up $30 to 90, how many weeks was that? 3. If I go up to 120, how many weeks was that? Okay. And right here, if I know that it's $30 per week, what's 5 times 30? $150. Is that okay enough? You will have, hear me out, you will have a table like this, and you know how you had to figure them out right now? Those numbers will already be at the bottom, and you'll have to drag them to the right box. Does that make sense? Okay, so you got to work it out. But if you are working it out, and one of your numbers that you figured out is not on the bottom, what do you think that tells you?
You're wrong.
You wrong. Which equation can be used to describe the pattern in the table? I would literally, my suggestion would be literally to plug in A and B. A and B, 5 or 0 plus 5 is 5. Does that work?
Nope.
Yeah, it does. But let's look at the next one. Does 6 plus 1 equal 5? Nope.
Oh, dang it.
Let's see. B says B equals A plus 5.
No, because then that would be 10. That would be 11, that would be 12, that would be 13, that would be 14. Yes. No.
Okay. What about A minus 5 equals B? What's 5 minus 5? Does 6 minus 5 work?
Yes.
Does 7 minus 5? Does 8 minus 5? Does 9 minus 5? Are we good on that? Guys, what's up? Okay. Guys, please be aware on your test, and I know you saw this on Savvis, just because that equation works for the first pair of numbers, does it always mean it will work for everybody else? No, so you got to work that out.
Oh, I think it's 5 minutes away. I was like, what?
I'm trying to remember what number 10 looks like on your test. I know. I don't remember. But let's talk about this. The graph shows Rudra's walk. Use T for time and D for distance. Identify the independent and dependent variables in this situation and use them to write an equation to represent his walk. First of all, always and forever, now that we're using coordinate planes and graphs, your x is always your independent variable. You know how we graphed, you know how guys, you remember in the coordinate plane when we had to graph our ordered pairs, you cannot graph y if you don't know x. Looking at this table right here, your x is always your independent variable. And they tell you what it is. What is it? Time.
T.
So I would put independent next to it. I can't remember if it's like that on your test. So you should know x is my independent, y is my what? Do you have a paper? Do you have a paper? Where is it? Oh. And then y is my dependent. Guys, what's my dependent variable? What is it? Hadley. Distance. Okay. So now you need to write an equation to represent his walk. Remember on my notes on function tables, I say what? Y equals. Always start with your dependent variable. Y equals.
And then don't you use X next?
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
The one I don't like about this is that it doesn't quite give me.
It's like 9 or 10. What do we do?
I'm trying to look at this. Hang on. Let me pull up the study guide in Savvis because I feel like we have a little bit of a table there.
Don't put your finger up.
Please put that in the trash can. I cannot. And it's really not funny. And again, we're recording. I should send this to your dad so he can see.
How weird you are. in
No,
class.
this is just very disrespectful. Except maybe it didn't copy. Maybe it did. There it is. Okay. So we look at this. I want to find where it crosses beautifully. When I want to know where it intersects perfectly. So right here, this would be 1, and this would be 6. Do you see that? 1, 6. Right here. And then that would be 6. For my first ordered pair, I'm going to say 1, 6. What did I do to my x to get to my y 6? What did I do? What do you think, Gabe?
Your Y needed your X, your X needed Y.
What did I do to my x to get to my y?
You go for it.
Y equals X times 6.
Or 6x? Here's why. Here's why I agree with Ethan. Because if you look at this line, see how steep this line is? And if I go 2, do you see how high it's going up? It would probably hit 12. Okay? So y equals 6x. I'll look at your test in a minute and I'll let you know what that's supposed to look like. But again, this is a multiple choice question on your test, okay? Number 11. What is the value of t in the following equation? You will have to solve this, and you'll have to type in an answer, I think. I can't remember. If it has to be a fraction answer, I think I gave you multiple choice. What do I have to do, Gabe?
Okay, only you have to convert 1/4 into 3/12. Then you have to literally subtract that from 2 and 7/12.
Hang on. No, I got to do the,
It's 2 and 3/12.
Why'd you put minus 1/4?
because I'm subtracting 1/4 on both sides.
It's 2 and
Why did you
4/12.
just do 3/12?
No, no, no.
Similar.
Shh, 12. So this is, shh.
Yeah, which is equal to 1/3.
Oh, yeah.
So it should be 2 and 4. Or sorry, 2 and 1/3. It should be 2 and 4/12, which is 2 and 1/3.
Now, I can't remember. If you have,
Minus
no, I minus 1/4 from both sides. Okay, here's the thing, guys. You have 15 questions on your test tomorrow.
This was 11.
And this was, there are 4 more. You are allowed, and I'm going to give you an index card tomorrow with your name on it, and you are going to be allowed to write down 2 questions you want forgiveness on, okay? And I'm going to tell you this time, nope. If you don't do it, I'm not going to go back and say, hey, did you want to circle too? You just gave it up. You got it? Yes, Gabe.
Boom, just boom. 1/3 Charlie got back.
You lost it again.
How?